Hi there, welcome to Sew Like Dotty. I've set myself a little bit of a challenge today, which might sound a bit weird because I keep talking about I'm not putting any pressure on myself to kind of try to sew stuff quite quickly. But I've got a fabric that I've been sat on in my fabric stash for approximately a year. I think it was £1 a metre, and I've not used them for a long time, and it's a lovely fabric. I've been kind of I think when I got it, I was going to make a stretch jumpsuit out of it, and I made one out of something else, and it just wasn't me. It just didn't look right on me. So it's this obviously red and black leopard print. It's just a stretch jersey, but it's really, really lovely fabric. It's just sort of white on the inside, quite a medium weight, I would say. And I just thought, you know what? It's a Saturday evening. It's 6:30. I haven't got a clue on a Saturday. I'm so busy after my Slim World group on a morning. So I thought, right, I made a decision earlier in the week that I was going to make a Tilly and the Buttons Lotta Dress out of it. So I've just come in today. It won't be long before I won't have to put up my big wide ironing board to cut things on, and I've cut the pattern. So the pattern is all cut. It's really simple for this dress. I don't bother with pockets. If you know me, you've watched my vlogs, you'll know that I'm just not bothered about them. So you cut 2 pattern pieces for the skirt, and I taper it in at the side so it's less floaty. And you cut your front and your back, and then it's got a dropped seam here for the sleeve. So you then just cut 2 of these sleeve panels here, and then just the neckband. This is the Tilly and the Buttons Billy jumper, so the neckband will be similar to this. And I did have a dilemma: do I do the neckband in the same fabric, or do I do it in black ribbing? But I've cut the neckband because I have plenty of fabric left. The rest of it's going in my scrap bag, ready for doing the closet core pouffe pattern, which I'm going to fill with all my fabric scraps. So my challenge I've set myself, because it's cut and ready, I did it while Carl started tea, it took me about 15 minutes to cut out, is to get up tomorrow morning and I'm going to see if I can make it in an hour. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I won't rush it. I just want to see if now it's cut I could get it made in an hour. So yeah, tune back in the next part and see how I get on. Hi, welcome back. Well, as promised, I'm about to start my 1 hour challenge with the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta Dress. So thank you for coming back to see how I get on with this. I've got a little notepad because I'm going to jot down the timings in between recordings just to sort of get a real idea of how long it takes. I'm wearing a Tilly and the Buttons Lotta Dress today. This one you won't be able to see, it's slightly different because I don't know why I'm even lifting that up, because it's got a little frill around the bottom, but I'm just doing this one in a plain skirt. So I'm about to get started. The first thing that you would do is join the shoulder seams together. So just pop my little clips onto there to do that. And what I'm going to do is, because it's could be the 4th or the 5th one of these that I've made, I'm going to do it in the way that I would do it rather than following all the steps of the pattern. I've got my overlocker set up and I've got my sewing machine set up. They've both got the black thread in ready, and predominantly this will all be done on the overlocker. The only reason I've set my machine up is that I'm not sure if I'm going to just do a normal hem on my machine or if I'm going to switch to cover lock and do the cover lock. I probably prefer to do that because I prefer to cover lock around the neck. It finishes it off nicely. But you can make this dress completely on a sewing machine. I have put my walking foot on the sewing machine and I've got a stretch needle in, so you don't even need to have an overlocker to make it if you want to get going with it. It's such a simple make. It's a little bit blousy on the top and sort of drapes over, elastic round and sort of a mid calf length, and with a drop sleeve, like a grown on sleeve. So you could do it short sleeve for someone without the sleeve extension. So the pattern's all cut. These are the sleeve extension pieces cut on the fold, and what I've done is the pieces that I'm going to do together are the shoulder seams and the skirt seams. I would do that all now, and when I work out where I've put it earlier, the neckband. So I'll just be sewing across there on the neckband. So those sort of 3 lots of straight seams just to get me going. So here we go. Countdown starts now. It's almost 2:10. Hey, right, that's me back again. Quick time check. It is almost 2:15, so that took 4 minutes. This took about 20 minutes to cut out. And what I'm going to do now is I've joined the front and the back together. So what I'm going to do is work out how to turn this into the quarters and how to quarter the neckband, and I'm just going to pin those together now. So I will just pause that for a second and I'll come back to you when I've got that done, and then I'm going to sew it round and then I'm going to overlock it around, and that's just a personal preference for me. This one is slightly different. I did bias binding around the neck of this rather than use a facing, and this is a viscose. But when I'm doing a stretch neckband, I do prefer just to do a large stitch on my machine to baste it in before I go around it with the overlocker. You don't need to do that, that's probably just me. All right, catch you soon. Great, so that's me back again. That bit took 10 minutes, so I'm on 14 minutes at the moment. I'm not racing. If I don't get finished in an hour, it's absolutely fine. I will probably cover stitch this around later, but I don't want to swap and switch over. Even though it only takes a couple of minutes on my machine, I'd rather do all of that together at the end. So the neckband's in. There we go. I'll just give that a little press later. I just overlocked it in. I didn't do it on my machine. Just took me... it's a little bit of time just to find the 4 quarters of it, and then you're off and running. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm going to put this down. I'm just using a wide ironing board, and I must apologise about the light. We're south facing, it's January, it's freezing outside, but it's a beautifully sunny day, so I've got light pouring in here and light pouring in there, and my sunroom's a complete tip because it's this weekend that my daughter moves out, and as I shared with some of you before, I'm moving upstairs into a craft room, and so stuff's just getting shoved now. So I'm literally about to take these extension pieces for the arms and just attach them. So what I've done there, I know it's hard, let me just see if I can angle it down so you can see. I've literally just got right side up my top, and then what I'm going to do is just position these. It'll take seconds. I'll just use clips, and I always need to concentrate because I have put these on the wrong way around before. So I'm just going to position those, clip those along there and sew along there, and then that's basically the top almost complete. I'll probably just overlock around the edges of the hem, and then you sew the hem round together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just bring that back up. I'm going to join the arms on, and then I'm going to sew down the side pieces here, and that's the top in essence almost completed. Just need to hem the wrists around. There's no elastic or anything in the sleeves on these, but I'll possibly cover stitch them or possibly stitch them, I'm not sure which. With the cover stitch machine that I've got, particularly for sleeves, I find it easier just to hem them, so I might just stitch them round and see how that goes. So yeah, I'm just going to record that time and see how long this stage takes me now, so see you soon. Hi, so that's the top completed. It's now almost 2:45, but in the notes that I've taken, I've just been putting some timings down. I'm on 30 minutes so far, so I'm not sure I'm going to get it done in an hour, but I think it's going to be pretty close. I just obviously deducted the time that I've been vlogging and stopping and starting, and also you might have heard her snoring earlier. Our little dog's asleep over there, and she had a little barky fit. So a leaf probably fell off a tree in America, and in the UK she heard it and had a little bark. Because if anybody else has got a mini pin, you'll know what it's like, and that's all I'm saying. So now I need to attach the completed bodice to the completed skirt. So I should say this normally comes with 2 patch pockets, but I wouldn't use them on the jersey anyway. I'm not a fan of pockets. If I was going to do any, I'd put them into the side seams. So the top is completed. So that's basically a t-shirt in 30 minutes. The sleeves are hemmed. It's optional to, it's not optional really, it's recommended to top stitch around the neck. It would, it needs a press and it would flatten off anyway, and I've certainly done that with t-shirts in the past. But as I said earlier, I'll probably cover stitch that around. So yeah, that's the top done. There we go. Happy days. I did find the paperwork for this the other day, and it was from £1 a metre. I haven't ordered from them for a long time. I think it was last April, and God, doesn't that look massive when I put it up there? It was £2.50 a metre, I think. So the whole dress is basically going to come in under £7.50, which is great, isn't it? It is that sort of jersey with the having the white back, that if you get up close with the stitching, you can kind of see a little bit of white, but I have got black fabric markers to colour in any bits if I need to. That was a great YouTube tip that I got. I've not had to unpick anything, so far so good. So yeah, so now this is the only bit that I generally check on the pattern. So with right sides together, I basically need to flip the skirt over the top, and then I'm going to overlock around but leave a gap to put the elastic in later, and then I'm going to sew down. So this is on the skirt, so I'm going to overlock right round, and then I'm going to sew right round the whole way, 2 centimetres down from there. So I've got my little measure out, which is absolutely great, I love it. So I'll put that on the 2-inch mark, and I'll measure that around, and I'll pin that, and then I'll machine stitch that around, and that will form the casing for the elastic. So there we go, that's the bit that I'm going to go and do now. So let's start our watches again and see how fast this bit goes. So there you go. Okay. Hi, so it's just after 3:05. I'm not quite finished. I've literally just finished off the casing, and I was so laughing when I was doing it because I think I said it was a 2-inch, 20 millimeters. Since when was that, 2 inches? So yeah, I did put the right casing in. The elastic's in, and I'm comfortable with where that is and the fit. It's hard to see on here. I'll turn the camera around and take a picture of it. So all I need to do is finish overlocking where I've put the elastic in, and then do the cover stitch around the neckband and the hem. So I'm going to change my needles over. It only takes me a minute, but I'm going to do that and head off and do the cover stitch just after I've done that little bit of overlocking, and then I'll be back. I might turn the camera around and give you a little look, but I'm really pleased with it. I'm kind of thinking, why did I sit on this fabric for so long? It's perfect for these days that are slightly colder, but not, and it, you know, I can put a little cardi or something on if I need to. So yeah, really happy with that. Looks good. Okay, catch you soon. Right, so I've got a cup of coffee, I've got my dress on, I've got my timings. What do you think? Do you think that I did it, or do you think that I didn't do it? Well, you might be able to tell by the smile on my face. Even I'm quite amazed, because when I went to change over to cover stitch, which doesn't take me very long at all on my baby lockivation, but I hadn't done it for a few weeks because I've just been doing different things, sewing different things that just didn't need me to do that, and I kind of had to do it. What do I do there? Nevertheless, I still managed to get it done in time. So bearing in mind, this took me, the pattern was already cut because I've made it a few times. It took me about 15-20 minutes to cut the fabric out last night. Not last night, Sunday. God, I'm so lost off with my days. So it took 55 minutes to sew. And I know that I used an overlocker in my cover stitch and stuff, but you can, this is a jersey dress, and you can sew this on your sewing machine. You just need a jersey needle in. I did have my walking foot on, that came for free with my necky. You may not need a walking foot on, but it does help with jersey fabric. But if you were using like a polyester or a viscose, sorry about the dog, come on. No, she didn't want to play, she just wants to sniff around sewing things that are in the corner. But yeah, if you didn't have that, you can just sew that fabric. Here she comes, come say hello. Should I put my drink down? Come say hello. This is the little barky one. So we did it. We did it. We did it in 55 minutes. Yay! So thank you for hanging on in there, staying with me through that. Obviously the video, yes, we did it. Obviously the video isn't 55 minutes long. I've not, just look at that waggy tail. How cute is that? So yeah, thank you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Pass a comment on. Let me know what super speedy things you're sewing up, and I'll check in with you soon. So take care. Bye.